What's up everybody, Faberglass from MMA Talk here, and we're here today to continue our Canadian MMA awards for the year 2019. We have already went through the KO of the year, the submission of the year, and the fight of the year. Today we're reviewing the event of the year, and I've got a top 10 list as usual, but before we start, got 5 honorable mentions. Rise FC 5, Modern FC 4, BFL 59, Unified 39, and Teofista Fight for the Troops. Let's move on with the top 10, and at number 10 we've got BTC 7 Annihilation. This card could have been higher because it was only first round finishes, but unfortunately only have 5 fights. The total fight time for the whole event was 17 minutes and 32 seconds, so it could have been one of the best cards of the year if there was a little more meat on it. Unfortunately, injuries got in the way and they could only present a 5 fight card, so that's what they did. It delivered. It was a great event, and it's at number 10 on the list. At number 9 we've got Prospect Fighting Championships 11 Knockout Kidney Disease. It was a 10 fight card. It was a good one. 6 finishes, good finishes. Some even made my year-end list. We've got Armando Gomes submitting Jesse Gross. The Imperado versus McAloon fight also ended up on my year-end list, and we've got a great main event between TJ Laramie and Paris Stanford. Real good performance for TJ Laramie, so it was a great event, and it gets the number 9 spot on the list. At number 8 we've got BTC 6 Night of Champions. It took place in Burlington, Ontario. 9 fights, 6 finishes, great performances, especially by James Clark in the main event and Scott Hudson, who submitted the one Pickney. Great fights all around. It was a really good fight card, probably the strongest fight card of the year for BTC, who have been putting on amazing fights. My 2 highlights of the night though are the 2 first fights of the evening. Teixeira Gautreau against Paul Fisher, crazy war, good performance for the rookie. Gautreau was making his pro debut. And the second fight of the night, also the pro debut for Ariel Zuniga against Mark Gillespie. It won my fight of the year. It was a great event, and that's why I got it at number 8 on the list. At number 7 we've got Unified MMA 36. Unified is by far the biggest promotion in Western Canada, and they're putting on real good fight card. That one is no exception. It's the first of 3 Unified fight cards in the top 10. This one only had 6 pro fights, but 5 of them ended in some finishes, and the other one was a fight of the year contender between Shane Campbell and Menad Abela. So I don't think we got much else to say. Maybe there could have been more pro fights on that card and it would have ranked higher. It's tough to compare a 6 fight card to a like 10 or 12 fight card that delivers, but still I feel like the number of pro fights on that card is probably the only thing holding it back a little bit in the ranking, so that's why I got it at number 7. At number 6 we've got Rise FC 4. It needed to be at number 6 because it had 6 pro fights, 6 finishes, a perfect night that was culminated by the crazy war between Tristan Connolly and Dejuan Owens. That was a crazy night of action, probably the best of the year for Rise FC. Again, like the Unified card, only 6 pro fight, but when we're talking about short pro fight cards, that was the best one we saw that year and by far, and that's why I got it at number 6 on the list. Rise FC 4. Now we're entering major event territory because of at number 5 I have got the TKO 47 event. That would absolutely have been my event of the year if the main event didn't fall through like the morning of the fight. Unfortunately, Jesse Ronson was ruled out of his main event fight against Charles Jourdain. That would have been our main event, and we would have seen Damien Lapillus versus Michael Dufort, which is a fight everybody wants to see, especially in Eastern Canada, and probably some people in France want to see that fight too. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. Lapillus ended up fighting Jourdain. It was a great fight. We had 8 finishes on the card on 10 fights. Malcolm Gordon and Yoni Sherbatov put on one of the craziest 1 minute 32 fights of the year. I can even say one of the craziest 1 minute 32 fights that I've seen in my whole life. And there was some great matchups all around. Jourdain Lapillus delivered, Todd Stout, Alan Bodo was great. We had some great finishes, Julius Tremoliti, Brandon Lee, Maxime Bacon, Pierre Tivierge, so it was a great event all around, and it's at number 5 on the year ends list. At number 4 we've got Unified MMA 37 with a great main event where Tanner Boser won by a leg kick TKO in the 4th round against Jared Kilkenny. Another big title fight on that card, Teddy Ash defeated Neil Berry, and there was some great performances from the young up-and-comers from the promotion, the other guys from Shave Bear MMA that put on real good performances that led to their future title shots. So KB Boular, Chris Larson, Neil Anderson, Matt Clute in his pro debut, great performance. So all of these got Roger Alves too. It was a great event, one of the best of the year, and that's why I got it at number 4. At number 3, I've got the largest MMA card of the year in Canada, TKO 48. We have seen 14 fights on that card, 11 of them ended by finish. We had some of the greatest highlights of the year, in the top of the card especially with Cyril Gane against Roger Souza's last fight before the UFC. Taylor Lapillus with his sidekick KO that was magnificent against Nate Maness in like a real UFC caliber fight. Mandy Bohm, Jeanne Masson-Wong, and Corinne Laframboise, Jamie Lynn Ortwessels, that made people talk. Real good women's fight. We had the bantamweight fight for Canadian supremacy when Josh Hill defeated Jesse Arnett. Alaoui against Vogel, that was a big bantamweight fight. Unfortunately that ended by disqualification, but still it happened and it was great while it lasted. We also seen some real good rookies, some good prospects in action. Isaac Blais, Alex O'Neill, Yann Jacquelin, Serge Dancos, Nicolas Penneau, Terry Lemaire, Vincent Houle. Great card, one of the best of the year, and that's why I got it at number 3. At number 2 we've got the 10-year anniversary of Unified MMA, Unified 38, an amazing card, only 7 pro bouts but 3 title fights which were all amazing. KB Boular versus Matt Dwyer just missed the cut for my top 15 fights of the year. Graham Park, what a big performance against Sheldon Dole. Chris Larson, who won the belt. These 2 guys, they won belt from their teammates Teddy Ash and Tanner Boser, who left the belt when they tried for the UFC and Contender Series, and teammates from them just picked up these belts. We've had one of the craziest submission of the year with Lee Main. Josh Kwiatkowski against Matthew Clute, one of the best fight of the year by far, and the whole card was crazy, the whole card was great. It was meant to be a huge event, and that's exactly what it was. It could have been number 1, but number 1 has been stolen by another promotion this year, and it is Prospects Fighting Championship with their 10th event. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe their first pro MMA event, and it was such an awesome night of action. Every fight ended in a finish, even if one of them, the finishes, was a low blow, no contest in the 2nd round, but every single fight on the card delivered. Every single fight gave us something exciting. It was real triumphant debut for Jamie Champion in his promotion. The Facebook stream was crystal clear. It was such a great event, such an event that put Prospects Fighting Championships into a similar position, I feel, to TKO or even Unified MMA in terms of quality of production, yes, but in terms of quality of fights. They put on some really good fights, really well matched fights. We have not seen in that promotion some real mismatches, so I feel like it was a real triumphant year for Prospect Fighting Championships, Jamie Champion and everybody involved, and that's why I had to give them the number 1 spot for the event of the year with Prospects Fighting Championships 10. That concludes the list. Give us a like if you liked it. Give us a shout out too by subscribing to MMA Talk on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. Go visit MMAtalk.ca. And I want to give a big shout out to my man Charles White Beats for the music that you can hear and that you've been hearing in the past year and list videos. Thanks a lot for the music, my man. Go follow him on his YouTube and Instagram too. And we'll see you tomorrow for the next list.